I still remember sitting in a bar when it hit me. I wasn't the tallest guy there, I wasn't the richest, I wasn't even the best dressed. But for some reason, people kept glancing over. A girl leaned across the counter to order her drink and laughed at a joke I wasn't telling her. A dude asked if I was someone. The truth? I wasn't doing anything. I was just being, and that's when it clicked. All the years spent trying too hard, reading the texts twice before sending, trying to guess what to say. On Tinder, memorizing conversation starters like it was a job, it all felt pathetic compared to this moment. This moment where I wasn't trying, but I was drawing them in. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to do the same. You think it's about what you say, the words, the pickup lines, the routines, but it's not. You've been trained to believe that women are some sort of Rubik's Cube. You just need the right combination, the right moves, and she'll unlock for you. That belief is killing your chances, because women don't respond to logic. They respond to energy, to presence, to weight. And most of the guys who struggle, they have none. They walk into a room like they owe everyone an apology. They think if they're polite enough, if they don't offend, if they just smile and listen, she'll like them. No, she might respect you. She might even say you're sweet, but she won't feel anything. And if she doesn't feel, she doesn't want. I'm going to break something to you, and it's going to sting a little, but let it sting. You don't get girls because you act like a boy asking for permission. You don't need to be a bad boy. You don't need to be an asshole. But you do need to be a man who doesn't flinch. A man who takes up space, not with noise, not with ego, but with calm certainty. You walk into a room and you're not scanning for approval. You're not thinking, I hope she likes me. You're thinking, let's see if she's worth my time. Because here's the core truth. Most guys never grasp. It's not about her. It was never about her. It's about how she feels about herself when she's around you. If your presence makes her feel more alive, more feminine, more seen, more challenged, you win. Not with words, with gravity. So how do you build gravity? You strip away the performance. You stop trying to sell yourself. You stop filling silence. You stop chasing every micro sign of interest like a starving dog. You do the scariest thing possible in today's world. You stand. Still in your values. Still in your self-worth. Still in your damn skin. I remember once sitting across from a woman who was easily out of my league, whatever that means. She had that Instagram model look, polished, perfect. She was used to men jumping through hoops. I didn't jump, I just asked her, so what do you do that actually excites you? She blinked, then laughed. No one asks me that, because they don't. They try to impress. I just wanted to see her, and in that moment I could feel the shift. Her posture softened, her tone lowered. She wasn't playing anymore, she was there. You have that power, but only if you stop seeing her as the prize. The real prize is your own groundedness, your own depth, and if she fits inside that world, great. If not, you're still whole. And that's when women start to chase, not because you're manipulating them, but because they can finally feel something rare. A man who's already chosen himself. You've been lied to about confidence. You think it means being loud, being alpha, dominating the room. But real confidence is much quieter. It's in how you hold eye contact just a second longer than most. It's in how you don't reach for your drink when the silence stretches. It's in how you let her test you, and she will test you, and you don't budge. You know what most guys do when a girl throws a sarcastic jab? They laugh too hard, try to one-up it. Or worse, they defend themselves, explain, justify, apologize. What they don't get is she's not trying to hurt you. She's trying to feel you. She wants to know if there's anything real underneath all that nervous surface energy. So you don't react. You smile, you look at her, and maybe you say, cute. You always this feisty when you're nervous? Boom, game over. You flip the frame. You're not seeking comfort. You're creating it. This is what no one tells you. Attraction isn't logical, but it's predictable. It's biological, ancient. It happens when she senses you're not. Rattled by her beauty. When she sees that you see her, not just the packaging. You want a woman to feel feminine, be masculine, not aggressive, not possessive, just anchored. The masculine is stillness. It's clarity. It's the guy who doesn't need 100 opinions before making a decision. The guy who listens more than he talks. The guy who walks into a room and knows he belongs. Not because someone told him, but because he decided. And she can feel that. It's in your pace. It's in how you sit. It's in how you breathe. When you rush, you signal lack. When you hesitate, you leak doubt. But when you move slow, when you speak slow, when you are slow, there's power. Because nothing attractive is frantic. Frantic energy screams desperation, and desperation repels women like a bad cologne. So stop texting first every time. Stop trying to prove you're good enough. Stop pretending to be someone you're not just because you think she wants that. She doesn't. What she really wants, but will never say out loud, is a man she can't move. Not with her body, not with her charm, not with her silence. She wants to feel like she's finally met someone who's not another follower, who's not drooling at the first sign of affection. She wants to feel like you could walk away at any time and be just fine. Because when she feels that, now you're dangerous. Not in the fake, leather jacket, sunglasses at night kind of way. In the real, this man knows who he is kind of way. And if you want to test yourself, go out one night and say nothing. Just observe, watch. Let women approach you not with words but with glances, with proximity, with subtle shifts in body language. Most guys never catch it. They're too busy talking. But you're not most guys. You're learning to listen with your eyes, to speak with your energy, to flirt with stillness. And when you master that, you realize something almost painful. Getting girls isn't hard. You were just hard to watch. You remember those nights. The ones where you went out full of hope. Hair sharp, shirt fitted, heart racing. You told yourself, tonight I'm going to talk to someone. I'm going to finally pull. But every time you saw a beautiful girl, something happened. Your brain flipped. Suddenly she wasn't just a person anymore, she was everything. The prize, the fantasy, the validation. You weren't trying to talk to her, you were trying to win. And when you're trying to win someone, you've already lost yourself. Because the second you pedestal her, you shrink. You turn her into a mirror that decides your worth. You hand her the remote control to your confidence. So you rehearse what you're going to say. You overthink the timing. You wait for the perfect opening. And by the time you finally make your move, if you even do, she's gone. Or worse, she's still there. But you show up fake, filtered, cautious, smiling too much. And she can feel that. Women aren't mind readers, but they're vibe readers. She doesn't need to know your thoughts. She feels your frequency. You can't fake grounded. You can't fake self-respect. You can't fake that deep calm that says, I'm not chasing anything, because I already am enough. You want to know the real shift? It's internal. You stop trying to get girls. You start deciding what kind of girl gets you. Most guys never do this. They live in scarcity. They think love is rare, attention is rare. So they accept scraps. They date whoever says yes. They tolerate disrespect, flakiness, mind games, because they believe this is the best I can get. And that belief rots them from the inside. But when you know what you bring to the table, without needing applause, you move differently. You walk away quicker. You flirt more freely. You're not scared to show interest, because you're not scared of rejection. Rejection isn't about you, it's about misalignment. It's about her not seeing clearly. It's about timing, but it's never a statement about your worth, unless you make it one. And that's the deep irony. The less you need women, the more they want to be around you. Not because you're cold, not because you're detached, but because your life is already full, your attention is earned, your presence is valuable. You don't chase, you invite. And women feel safe in that, because you're not trying to pull something from them. You're not using compliments as a transaction. You're not desperate for approval. You're just there, rooted, not reacting, not over-investing, just radiating that unspoken message. If you're cool, I'm cool. If not, I'm still cool. That's the energy that shifts the entire game. You stop being the guy who tries, and you become the guy who has it. Not from lines, not from tricks, but from being the kind of man women instinctively crave. Stable, free, unapologetic. The kind of man who doesn't orbit women, the kind who makes them orbit him. You've probably heard this phrase, be yourself. It's garbage advice when you don't even know who the hell yourself is yet. Because let's be honest, most of what you call yourself was built in reaction to fear. Fear of rejection, fear of being too much, fear of not being enough. So what do? You tone it down, you adapt. You morph into whatever version of you seems the safest, the most likable, and it works, but not in the way you want. You get politeness instead of passion. You get, he's nice instead of, I need to see him again. You get left on read. You get ghosted. And deep down, you know why. Because somewhere along, the way you stopped being dangerous. Not violent, not unstable, but dangerous in the way a man is when he knows what he wants and doesn't fold for anyone. When you step into that, everything changes. You don't try to figure out what to say to a girl. You say what's on your mind. You don't try to be charming. You are real. You don't hold back the edge in your voice, the bite in your opinion, the intensity in your eye contact, because you like that part of you now. You stop seeing your masculinity as a liability. You stop apologizing for your hunger, your ambition, your standards. You stop editing yourself to be more digestible. And that scares people. It should, because when you're no longer trying to fit in, you become impossible to ignore. She can feel that fire underneath you, and maybe she runs. Maybe she says you're too much. Maybe she tries to test you, push you, tame you. Good. Let her. If your presence doesn't challenge her, you're not inspiring her. And if she can move you that easily, you're not leading. You're following in disguise. Most men fear women's tests, but they're just looking for your edges. They want to know if you'll snap back into shape the second they push you. The ones who do, they never get respect. But the ones who don't, the ones who smile and stay firm, the ones who say, you don't have to like it, but that's how I roll, those are the ones they remember. And you don't get remembered by being safe. You don't get remembered by being agreeable. You get remembered by standing for something, even if it costs you her attention, because that's the paradox. The moment you're willing to lose her is the moment she starts fearing she might lose you. You want to know what really pulls women in? It's not looks, not height, not money. Those things help, but only if they're built on top of something solid. Because underneath all the attraction, there's one question every woman is trying to answer. Can I trust this man's center? Not, can he protect me, in the caveman sense, but can I relax in his presence? Will he collapse under pressure? Will he fold when I get emotional, or will he stay calm when I can't? And most guys can't even stay calm when their Wi-Fi lags. So when a woman throws energy at them, any energy, they freeze, or worse, they crumble. She gets upset, they backpedal, she goes cold, they chase, she pulls away, they panic and double text like a child who lost his mom in the mall. And in that moment, she loses trust. She might not even be conscious of it. She might not be able to explain it, but she feels it, and that feeling turns everything off. You think you lost her because of something you said, or because another guy showed up. But you lost her because your core cracked the moment she pressed into it. Here's the brutal truth. If she can control you emotionally, she can't desire you sexually, because desire needs tension, polarity, masculine solidity. She doesn't want another emotional support pet. She doesn't want a therapist. She doesn't want a people pleaser who never has a spine. She wants to feel the edge of you, not all the time, not in some theatrical alpha show, but consistently, subtly, quietly. You think that means being mean? It doesn't. It means telling the truth. It means walking away when you're not met with reciprocity. It means being kind, but never weak. It means you don't fake like you're okay with open relationships if you're not. You don't nod along when she talks about just having fun if you want something deeper. You don't say whatever you want when you know damn well what you want, because every time you betray yourself to win her, you lose both. And one day, after enough of these little betrayals, you wake up bitter. You start calling women shallow. You start saying they only want guys with money. You start acting like they are the problem, but they're not. They're just responding to energy. And the energy you've been giving off, that's what they've been rejecting. So no, you don't need to be rich. You don't need to be ripped. You don't need to be some cold, manipulative pickup artist. You just need to be the one thing most men never become, solid. And once you're solid, you'll see just how easy it actually is to get girls. Because now you're not trying anymore. You're simply being the man she's been looking for all along.